Growing bamboo, free and easy. Latitude 30 degrees, 29 degrees, 20 minutes south of the equator, obviously. I'm half asleep. I've got to make this movie now because, Mackie, these are the stars of the show. Ola, Jean Dobry, Dobry Dean, Maribah, all that stuff, Sharifa. There's the other stars of the show. They all, Mish, this is giant bamboo, and he's sort of jacked. That's it. I'm not ready to make it. Sort of, as usual with this carry on. There it is. I've got to make it because I'm taking it down. And giant bamboo. Look at it. It really looks. I love it. It really looks amazing. Just the look of it. And most of it's gone now. Because what happens, of course, you start out doing these things with stars in your eyes, and then it becomes Tumgun, you know, Pratsui, the work. But I still love it, or you wouldn't do it otherwise. Self-sufficiency. But there it is. The beautiful Geelong, see here. The green against the sky. Dali Sifa. It's nearly all gone. The point to note, several points. It's a very good building material. That's the main reason I grow it, particularly in Asia. If you can keep it dry and out of the sun, you'll get 5 years out of it at least. You know, my dad bought furniture back from Malaysia, I think, when he was, you know, way back, 40, 50 years ago. And I remember my cousin, she really wanted it. Here it is out here. Bless this mess. Look, that's only small. But what a great, even that size, what a great building material that is. Extrapolating, there's more there. It's all over, and the cows take the leaf off for me, which is quite decent though. All I can do at the moment is stack it up in the roof of the carport to look after it. I'll build with it later. I'd love to make furniture with it or something, but anyway, these movies take much too long, and it's all pertinent. I'm just extrapolating a bit while I get back a bit. I could have built with that instead of trying to build properly, and I would be in some ways a lot better today than I am now, because I wouldn't have gone, I didn't go broke, but I ran out of money when I was building. And I just copped it at the wrong time when there it is, the vandalised, look. I copped it at the wrong time when all the regulations were coming, it used to be really good building your own house. If I just would have put it, as someone advised me to do, they smoked opium, that's got nothing to do with it. They grow their own poppies and stuff. I'm not into that at all, don't get me wrong. But if I'd done what they said, built with it, I would have not gone, lost. I'd still have the land, and it's worth a lot of money in the city, and all blah blah blah. Just saying, just a point to note that it's a great building material. That I never use it I've never used it on the farm properly, because I've always got, the timber here is so incredible, the timber mills and that, it's very cheap for what you get. And I'm able to get it, so I get it, and I don't have to, I'm over 100 acres, so I can build without a DA and all that stuff. These guys. So there it is, and I'm vandalising it, as you can see. It's a huge job, big mistake. These are avocados. I'm trying to get panoramic on it, and the basically the bamboos, the giant bamboos, attacking the avocados, and it's just gone rampant. I've been pruning it very hard for a long few years, but it's taken over this orange tree, look, navel orange, which has got a navel. It's got an orange on it, and it's very hard to get it out without destroying the orange. It's only an orange tree, but I'll get attached to them. And so I've got to take it, and it's going to take me years, literally years, to get it out. What I'm doing, I just cut up some of that every day. I can't do this at work. I just can't do it. So I do an hour a day. Oh, no, an hour. 15-20 minutes is part of me lifting. Part of my gym round. And it's so tedious. I can't do it any longer. but I'll get rid of it eventually. But what I'll do is these little bits here, I'll try and plant them out. Right, that's the main point to make before I start extrapolating out building. It's very hard to move, to transplant. I transplanted this myself from a riverbank. It's a noxious weed here. And this is Australia, by the way, east coast of Australia. I mentioned the latitude, didn't I? 29 degrees, 20 minutes south. Tropical, subtropical convergence zone. It's a convergence zone. I think it is. Not like the ITCZ, but it is a convergence zone, subtropical, subtropical, tropical, subtropical. There's three factors affecting it. When it's in neutral, that's exactly what it is. Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean dipoles, and there's a Southern Ocean, the lows, you know, with the warm sector depressions. No fish. And there it is. There's hardly any of it left. Before I started attacking it, it just looks beautiful. It goes right up high. You can see it right out in the farm. I just love the look of it as well. Beautiful thing. So I've gone on a tangent again, not really, but the thing is, to shift it's very hard. So what I can do here, this is like a bank here, see, it's actually fill. I put the fill in. I'm just digging out under here and dig out under here, and then I'll cut across here with a saw, just a hand saw. But you've got to get something, you know, you've got a chance of being able to do, so it might only wind up being a little tiny bit. And then I'll plant it out in the paddock. We're in the shelter belts for the pecans, and the cows can eat it then. So then if it starts taking over, which it will, the cows can eat it. So I'll make another movie as I do this. It's a huge job, it really is. And I've read on Google and all that and YouTube, people looking at, you know, movies and that, of photos, like how do you do it? It's just when you first try to do it, in the actuality of doing it, it's the practicality, it just seems impossible. And it may well be impossible. I may just have to destroy this completely and not even be able to get it transplanted, in which case I'll have to go and find a spur down the riverbank that's more conducive to shifting. You know, can you see what I'm saying? So I'll dig out under here, leave the furry root stuff if you can, and then I cut across there just with a handsaw, clean cut, and then I transplant the whole thing in. But just the thing that you got to move is, you know, like, you know, might be talking 20-30 kilos. It's a fairly large undertaking. So that's it. These movies taking much too long. So do you want to finish this movie? So have a grow, and see, look, just getting this stuff. I've got to cut this all every day. And getting it out in the paddock, it tangles up and you will slip on it. Just slipped on it then. These big guys, when they're on the ground, you can slip on those and do your ankle. You see the size of it. It grows a lot bigger than that. I've had much bigger ones than that here. So that's it. The movie's taking too long. Right, Sony's been not too cooperative, but I mean great. I mean Sony, you know. So let's finish this movie, right? So have a grow, Ola, Kangawazi, Sharifa, Nazadarovi, all that stuff. So Jack, growing but giant bamboo.